Hello, everybody, and welcome back. So you were taking a look at what I was doing previously, which was sort of building up the additional area in the back. Um, what else? Well, we're gonna go right there right now. Sorry about that. My brain is a little bit scattered right now. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna walk through what I did. It's just a tentative version. Forgive me if the video, audio, or everything seems just a tiny bit off this time around. I'm using a new setup, so hopefully the recording will go on to be pretty good. All right, so here we have, like I said, this is a first pass. This is not definitive. It's all very rough. The idea was to do like a sort of like stand-in for what we're going to do. Like I didn't bother to properly texture the road or whatever. I just made sure to get sort of like the elevation that I wanted, do a rough trim on the mountains, and then we'll go ahead and we'll work on that. The good thing is that what I wanted originally is starting to look pretty good. I wanted there to be that vista of Stormwind, slightly elevated, the river there, and then the fields, and we can go over there potentially at another time, and I'll show you where the gates that go into that further area back there. I'm forgetting right now what the name of that is. It's either the Searing Gorge or whatever. Anyways, it's not important. Right now what we're doing is we're coming up here and we're trying to see what this... So the reason the trees are not permanent, right? I'm going to make this a bit more fall themed area, but I wanted to drop the trees down just so that I would get a sense of how big the area is and how this sort of separate wooded area would fare. Like I said before, there's been some references of this area in WoW RPG. I couldn't find too much information about it, so I'm going ahead and doing my own take on it. So I have a tiny town settlement there, and everything is very flat. So like you can see, there's absolutely no texture. Obviously, I will remove the trees and put in the other version of the trees that I want. And then I'll begin sort of like giving additional volumes to the land so that it looks a little bit more natural instead of it looking just flat, like a complete flat plateau. And here we have the sort of little town that's going to be in this region. And I think it's pretty good. I mean, it works out well. There's of course, down that away would be the port. In the back you can see Stormwind. It's far enough away from Stormwind that it's kind of like a mini forested area like Elwyn. Maybe not like Elwyn, because Elwyn is pretty big, but like Northshire or something like that, which is exactly what I was aiming for. In terms of the types of buildings that I'll have here, I have some obviously, but I'll be aiming for this sort of like orangey type of look. And I think that will be pretty good. Now, I've sort of taken sort of Terran Mill as a blueprint of the little town. I find that it sort of provides like an ideal size in WoW as to what a little village should be. But I do think that I will expand by quite possibly moving a road towards the back, towards this area perhaps, and maybe having a sort of fort or a small garrison or castle of some sort over here in the back, and that'll be great. We're not going to take a look at this area here in the back because that's sort of leading towards the Dwarven lands. But yes, so this is where we're at right now with this particular area. Like I said, very, very rough draft of what it's going to be. I think that once I get a chance to work on it a bit more, it's going to be really interesting. There's going to be another road here, obviously, that's going to go through that area, quite possibly a wall or a gate here that will sort of indicate that past that is sort of past human control. These will be the fields. Obviously, you can see that there's a little missing chunk here because that's a part of the map that I haven't integrated. But you'll have the fields here. You'll have some of the ruins. There'll be more elevated cliffs that'll lead to another area, which I think will be a little bit more battle scarred as well. Possibly have some fortifications for dwarves and whatnot. And here, where we'll have a path that will lead us into this area. So I wasn't going to show you because it's very, very temporary right now. But I have this, and then there will most likely be some sort of connection that will lead possibly here. There possibly will be some sort of connection leading that way, so either a path or maybe a cave, what have you. But that will sort of give us that sort of like Mordor-ish connection back there. And we'll have sort of like spoils of war down here, maybe some burnt fields, maybe some burnt settlements. I don't know, but we definitely want everything from this point forward to be a scenario of combat of like the old horde, humans, and then eventually the dwarves who had to take on the and also be conquered by the old horde after the first war. And I guess during the beginning of the second war, I don't remember too clearly. But anyways, that's where we're at right now with this particular area. As always, you know that I like to jump around back and forth, trying to develop different areas. And hopefully when we're getting somewhere close, it looks a little bit more complete and it looks like it fits in, just like the park area that I did, my take on what is here in Cataclysm. And obviously I find that this area is pretty interesting. It delivers what we have, and hopefully that'll be interesting as well once we have that. And let's not even talk about that other area. We're not going to rush too much. It's a very, very large zone, so it'll take some time to develop. All right, so that's all I have to show you for this week. We'll be back the following week with more stuff. I'm still working on my secret project, still not ready to show you all what that is, but I'm sure that you'll all enjoy it. So until then, everybody, take it easy, and I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.